Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Overlord 2. Let's continue. So, we burned down this whole area and now we're on this boat quest, which I failed. So, basically what I have to do is get a bunch of people to take control of the ship. And we can just, I think, sweep them down into that hole there. Then I come over here and I start the ship. Maybe, well, they're down in the hole regardless, so it probably would be smarter at that point if I grabbed fires. So, like, this is silly to do, but send all 10 of those down and grab 10 more of these guys, of the reds. This path seems like it's been made a little bit more difficult because I decided to destroy the environment and burn down the area. And yeah, it's just weird in general that this is what we're doing. That we're doing this boating section. And let's see, I'm gonna see if I can gain enough speed to crash into this. I don't think I can and break it.
Strike the drummer to increase the speed. Don't worry, he loves it really.
So I can tap A to increase the speed, but you kind of need to take this a little slow.
Slice the main thingy. Climb that. Oh, sorry, sire. Got a bit carried away there.
So we can crash into things and hit some of this stuff and roll over it.
Keep those oars moving, you bunch of landlubbers.
I imagine that you probably would still have some kind of challenge.
Lucky this time, but I advise keeping out of the way of those little explosive tinkers in future.
See, and it's telling you right then to stay out of the way of them. So maybe instead of elves, there would have been villagers standing here attacking you.
I could be there, sire, but the salt water gives me hives.
Alright, so he warned us of these mines, and you would think, oh, well, I ran into those mines and they didn't matter at all, so obviously that's not a big deal. Unfortunately, it kind of is, and oh man, somebody dropped a crystal. I can't pick it up. Because just up here, we've got a mine, and I don't know. It's this blockade. So we have to dock our ship.
Master, we need to find some way of getting rid of these mines without sailing into them.
And so I just sailed into it without even getting this part.
Turn back, man! Turn back! Where will all the baby animals go?
Let's come over here and help. I don't want to lose browns. Remember, I mostly sent all of my browns away. So I have like only seven browns and a bunch of reds. Get our upgraded. Just, you know what? We'll just play all.
No, the little ones! The little ones!
This is why survival of the fluffiest has never caught on, sire. They're just too stupid.
So I just made the seals swim into the blockade and die. without any real concern or thought there. Man, this game is very narrow in its pathways. Just bad level design. Alright, so Browns, let's go down the hole and man the ship. And then the rest of you go down there and man the ship. And we'll go here. And see, I imagine this ends with there's like one that didn't die, and I imagine that that was just an accident. And I imagine this is just going to take us to another area, and this was just a small action.
Minions. You and your master are on the way to the ancient retreat of the Elves, and there's nothing that does my black heart more good than a retreating elf, especially if they're on fire.
I like the idea of having a ship. Certainly, I don't know if I really love the idea of
This reef helps bar the way to Everlight.
going to
It's nature's
maybe
blessing.
only 3 places.
I believe it's just to keep the wet sops in one place.
This might be the area, or similar to the area that we were in before in the first game. So we do have to move forward here. See, if you're going to introduce the concept of a ship that can take you different places, then you really should introduce.
So the Empire and the Elves have been having some carnage fun without us. From the looks of things, the Empire were winning until the water started to rise, possibly due to a teensy bit of ice melting.
I think something's eaten my legs.
So is this one docked? Can I? No, I've got to get this to actually dock.
But we were winning. We were winning.
Are we always going to get a prompt to dock? Yes, we are. Alright, good to know.
This is really bringing my day down.
And I assume I'm safe to just go back to the tower from this point. Yeah, I don't think that there's really any reason that I couldn't do this or that I'd lose my minions. We have a little bit of extra gold, so it makes some sense to go back and upgrade some things. Just gotta remember which way to go.
Master!
This way is the way we want to go. Like, we don't really have anything major to upgrade or anything new to upgrade. We just have some things we can upgrade. Although I'm still probably short on the helmet that would give me more life force, and that should be a major focus, certainly. So we'll see what we can do here. We found a place where we could grind and get about 1,000 gold each time. So we have 4,215, which the main thing I'm looking for here would be I would need 25 greens, which were not ready, and 4,000 gold, and I would need 7 more red crystals. Interesting.
Will happily sacrifice themselves to the forge.
So we're not ready for that. We're gonna have to unlock the greens first. I think that'll be about all we need to really do, though, is get that helmet quickly. As far as upgrading the tower, it'd be 1,000 to upgrade the browns to level 1, or it'd be 2,000 to upgrade the reds to level 2. I'm gonna take this and this, and we're just a little bit short now. So what I think that does is that means now any life force that we have in as far as browns are going to be level 3 armament on them, and that means that their life force probably is going to be worth more to resurrect the level 5s. So we've done away here where we could easily have more savings as we lose browns, which will lose more browns more than anything else by far if it's anything like the previous game, the first game in the series. I'm still very much comparing this sequel to the first game in the series and not really the DLC Raising Evil, which I recall I didn't really have a great time with. It was alright, but just not great. Looked like that cutscene was a little bit different when we transitioned.
More Minion upgrades to collect, sire.
So what this should do as we come over here is, I think, let's see, a level 4 still costs 8 health. We only have 2, so it doesn't really matter. Now I kind of wonder if maybe we're missing out on some of these people to die, but I bet we're not. Alright, so only 2 died. So the cost to resurrect did not change there. But if we look at this one and we go far to the right and we see newborns, we are seeing like level 2 newborns. Instead of level 1 newborns. So yeah, I don't know if that upgrade is worth it or not. And we have a weird split decision here where we could go back to the town of Nordberg and attack minions or attack people that live there. Let's see if we can do that.
I wonder what quavers could.
Before we move the story forward, even though I know the game is really just trying to rush me towards moving the story forward. A mysterious lady appears. Set sail for Everlight is like the main quest story. Control the Nordberg town. Let's view this audience of the mysterious lady.
There's someone here to see you, sire. I think it's a female someone. Hang on a moment. Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
I have been in many places, but I am here to warn you about the path you are treading. I have seen it all before. The minions, the Dark Tower, the women. It is a pattern that will lead to your destruction.
Nonsense! The Overlord is the only one who'll be doing any destroying around here.
I have watched you for many years, from the shadows. You need to see what future awaits you.
So this sounds like
Seek
one of the
answers
mistresses
in
from the
old
first game.
lands. The way is now open. The rest is up to you.
The potty wench is right, sire. Grubby's found an active gate in the wastelands. The area once held great power, but it suffered some very turbulent times in the past. It's certain to be in a chaotic and unpredictable state. I would advise extreme caution.
This almost feels like DLC. So, yeah, it seems like at least one of the two mistresses in the first game are going to come back as old. I wouldn't be surprised if the witch boy the Overlord we're playing as is the child of the old Overlord.
Oh,
Look, she's floating.
well, it'll probably be upside down and inside out, but at least you'll get to see the old country, Master.
Yeah, that feels like DLC that we've just wandered into, which is fine by me. Like,
These lands were once the location of the Dark Tower, the seat of overlording power. At least until your predecessor mysteriously disappeared during a trip to the infernal abyss. Without an overlord, the Minions fled to the Netherworld. After the great cataclysm,
so maybe
ruled
the
Dark Tower,
DLC is
we
when
never
he disappeared.
returned. See for yourself. Magic is running rampant here. Unrestrained, and minions are rather partial to not being
And these
turned
slugs
inside out or growing an extra head.
look exactly like
Unless it's in the
Pikmin
service of our
enemies.
Overlord, of course. This place is said to be the source of the great cataclysm and a magical plague which swept the land many years ago. Although no one is quite sure what caused it. You should explore, Lord. These lands once held many secrets and artifacts which may now aid you against the Empire.
So we got a little bit of grinding here. Looks like we can do, but it also seems like... Oh, there they are. Am I gonna have to go at this alone? I'll just take these guys, I guess, and we can smash those eggs. We'll be fighting some different kinds of enemies. Fighting the camera still.
This looming fortress was once the source of fear and brown trousers in this land. This was once your sporting pit, sire. Well, it was where your evil seed was planted, as it were. Your spawn mother left before you were born. She didn't feel that a dark tower was the right place to bring up a baby. Strange female. Until the Browns found you in Nordberg, we thought we'd lost you forever. See? There's no restraining true evil. It's in the blood.
So it seems like you are the child of the old Overlord. Which, that's cool. Like, that puts some connection to it. Not really getting anything.
Claws. That's a shard of the old Tower Heart. The Tower Heart collects magical energy and grows in power with its Overlord. With the old Overlord gone, the magical energy within it should have gradually dispelled. But it appears to have exploded for some reason. So that's what caused the great cataclysm. See if you can locate the other shards of the Tower Heart, sire. Maybe there's some magical energy left.
Interesting. Kill a bunch of crows. I don't think we have any challenge here, though. Otherwise. Like, it's just to investigate this area. Yeah, and this feels like a very disjointed development team. That these levels are so separate from each other. Oh man, I went full circle. Alright. So if there's a plague around this area, I kind of wonder if perhaps... Oh wait, this is killing me. Ooh, do not stand on that.
Overlord to be absorbed into. Just look at what it's done to the flora and fauna around here. That magic ooze looks particularly potent.
Ooh. I need health. Real careful. You kill that thing, and you keep it away from me. Can you find anything?
Now, the Minion spell will give you a little more creative control over your minions, Lord. You can make super tough minions, or use them to boost your own health.
Press X and hold the right trigger to charge a minion, release X to throw it, or hold on to sacrifice it for health. Interesting. But in the long run, I don't think that's a smart move at all. Like that seems like sheer insanity to sacrifice a minion unless you are right in the middle of a fight and you absolutely have to do it. Otherwise, you want your minions to grow and grow and grow. And I want to be... So, I recognize this area and the dwarves and such. And now I find a place with a bunch of health potions.
After the magical plague, the locals didn't take kindly to magical folk. Seems even the surviving halflings were drummed out of their homes. Mind you, no one likes having halflings around at the best of times.
Okay. So we would need greens to collect that. So we're not ready for this area. Which probably means we're not ready for several of these things. The plants themselves don't hurt me, it's just standing in the glowing goo that hurts me. Good to know.
That ooze is blocking your way, sire. It's not safe for your minions to cross. Maybe if we had the blue minions, they might be able to resist it, being much more magically inclined. You should try and locate them, sire. In the meantime, I suggest you continue your diabolical deeds elsewhere.
And let's see, we can get the reds and we can take that. But that's kind of it. So there's something to collect for the blues, something to collect for the reds, and something to collect for the greens. And we have something there that I can just pick up. And yeah, if we look at the map, I think we've looked at everything else. Unless there was something over here that we didn't go far enough for. Let's see. We are here. We're just taking the long way around. I guess walking in the opposite direction might be slightly helpful. Seems like there really is only one enemy in this whole section. Two. Alright. So, yeah, it strikes me as a small little area, like so many other small little areas. Just a little side quest that is also telling us the backstory of our Overlord, which is nice, but I suppose the main character would know some of this. We haven't gone with the amnesia trope or anything, so... did somebody get hurt there? What I'm not seeing here is a real path. Let's see, how do we get down here? I know we did it before. Over here. Like, I'm not seeing where I could collect more parts of the dungeon heart in this section. That seems unrealistic. Alright. There we go. So yeah, unless I was supposed to get some kind of elemental resistance where I could walk through that fire, which I don't think I'm going to have 100% fire resistance at any point. There is, it seems, more of a path down this way, but it probably requires the blues to go through that section. So the game is really just telling us where we can grab a couple of things at our certain point, but most things are nowhere close. And I guess there's just a lot more to this map.
A mana upgrade. Now don't go spending it all on the same spell.
See, this is the problem with any game like this: is you have that fear where you would want to put everybody up. So I'm gonna have one red with me when I go back to the tower. And I don't know why I'm really even going back to the tower. I could probably just fast travel to another area directly. That would save some time. So I should be at 50 reds. Am I at 50 reds? Yes, I am. So anybody following you directly in your account still works.
We were very sad to leave the old tower, sire, but we couldn't stay without a master.
So this also probably hints that you're going to end up fighting your father, the old Overlord, as the big boss of the game. And there's 11 more parts of that. And we can see now that there really is only at most 8 locations on this map. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually breaks down into only 4. Although there are several different locations inside the other places. Alright, so let's go back to this city. It says it wants us to kill 100 civilians. I don't know how we do that. Let's just double check the quest. Villagers killed. Track quest. While we're here, we can also grab more gold. And we can grab wolves. Alright. And it's like villagers. So they go attack that villager, and they're doing like nothing to it. Alright. So but this kills me with mana. And they're dropping money and life. Certainly. That's helpful. But 100 of these guys? That's a lot.
If you see a Yeti round here, don't kill it. That lump of gristle.
And they just won't kill him.
You won't be seeing boys around here no more, Lord. Which boy is me! He's after me!
I'm getting bored of seal meat, but don't
You're a very odd-looking fellow with no mistake.
And see, you can't even,
It's good and proper.
like, you can't even kill him. So I then need to have these guys ransack things. And they just went inside that building and ransacked it, even though the door is not animating in any different way. There's definitely some pathways. Yeah, but unless I can get more health. I went around that direction. Yeah. Alright, what was the trick I had? Hold X and do this and not absorb them. Right. Hold X, grab and throw. Like I just sacrificed 2 people. Wait a minute, was it not? Could I not throw these guys? Wall up the scout. So we have like a berserked guy now, which is great. Empowered. But that I don't think means that I can reach those areas. I think I still would have to find what I'm trying to do, and that used all my health, all my magic to empower that guy. I'm not sure how really empowered he is now. So clearly there's just more to be done. There's just gates here that have not been investigated or looked into. Let's see, we could go this way. This is still way too slow though. Exactly.
One day I'm gonna find myself a man who doesn't spend his days elbow deep in seal blubber.
Is that enough to kill her? Yep. There we go. There's a gnome. And there's like a ship here, or a port for a ship. Interesting. We're going a little late here, as I'm just looking around.
If you see a Yeti around here, don't kill it. That lump of thistles.
They say Empire City is a wondrous sight.
And so we're just looking around and trying to see if we miss things, because clearly there are some secret things here, but also there are some things that are just not ready to be dealt with. What's this? Interesting, a grave. And another catalyst item to collect. So I guess for as narrow as a lot of these paths have been, there is at least a few little hidden items around. Let's see, if we look at the map now, where are we? I guess we're at the very top, and there clearly is something that we're going to come back in the ship later with the greens, and I guess the greens are potentially going to be able to squeeze through bars, or maybe the blues can squeeze through bars or jump or something, and when that happens they'll be able to open a few more sections of this map. But I imagine that there isn't really too much more of this map to deal with, and I've not managed to find anything amazingly helpful, although it has been a smart move to come back here and just use my mana to electrocute some of these guys, because these guys are dropping large amounts of gold and health, and they're dropping red and browns nicely. So yeah, we're probably going to come back to this area a couple times, and I wouldn't be upset with grinding a little bit more and in the next recording and just walking out of this area. Like, that's still gonna take a long time. We've only succeeded in actually killing nine people. So it'll get really grindy really fast if we are having to actually focus on killing these guys manually like this. There must be some other system to it. Like, just getting close enough so I can even do this to kill them is too hard. Although that did refill all of our health, so that's nice. Alright, so we need to move forward to set sail for Everlight and go back that way. Our alignment may be going closer to evil now. We now have the second tier minion spell. It seems like the way those bars are set that there's like 5 levels of upgrades with the minion spells. We have a decent amount of reds now too, and we do probably want to grind. I think another 4,000 gold would make good sense next time. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.